As I mentioned earlier in the program, India has approved a second batch of Maldivian patients to travel there for advanced critical care. This is one of the many assistances provided by India to the Maldives following the COVID-19 pandemic. Joining me right now to talk about this and the future of Maldives-India cooperation is the High Commissioner of India to the Maldives, Sunjay Sudhir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Maldives Weekly. So I'll just go straight to the questions. While India has shown an incredible gesture of goodwill and friendship following the COVID-19 pandemic, the decision to allow Maldivian patients requiring advanced care to travel for treatment is noteworthy. How did this deal come about, and was there any possibility of the request being denied at any point?
First of all, thank you very much, Shani, for inviting me to this program and allowing me an opportunity to reach out to your viewers. I'm very happy to share that Maldives has been the largest and the first recipient of India's COVID assistance. India has once again proved to be the first responder at times of any crisis in Maldives. Government of India's decision to permit 37 critical patients for emergency medical treatment was unprecedented. Assistance at such a scale has never happened for any other country. So Maldives is very special for us. And this should not be surprising, since India has always been the largest provider of tertiary medical care for Maldivians. Hospitals in cities like Kochi, Trivandrum, Chennai, Bangalore, and Hyderabad are particularly welcoming and hospitable for Maldivian patients. Asanda also has tie-up with a lot of the hospitals. I must also share with you that it took us huge effort on part of the High Commission in Malé to get the approvals, because it has to be appreciated that due to COVID situation in India, there is a complete ban on travel of foreigners to India. Even overseas citizens of India are restricted from traveling back home. Yes. While the approval was not easy, I was never in doubt that approvals will eventually never come. I was very sure that they will come. And I must say that Government of India responded very positively to the Maldivian request, merely because it's a humanitarian request. And India, if it does not provide medical help, who else will? Medical care is very different from repairing a car or a computer. Medical care needs trust between the patient and the doctor. It needs top facilities and high professionalism. It also needs an overall social environment that's welcoming, that's empathetic and caring. And that's what makes India the first choice for Maldivian patients. And in fact, I must also share with you that last week, we received another list from Ministry of Foreign Affairs of critical patients. And we'll be giving them medical visas in the next few days as soon as they apply. I want to assure, through your esteemed channel, all Maldivians that India will wholeheartedly respond to their medical needs always.
Thank you, Commissioner. That's really nice to hear. Now, you have also assisted the Maldives in other ways, including in evacuating stranded Maldivians and the provision of essentials. Can we expect more?
Well, certainly. COVID has created difficulties for all of us. As far as India is concerned today, India happens to be the fourth largest number of cases, COVID cases. However, that does not deter us from helping our friends, particularly Maldives. In fact, Maldives has been the largest recipient of India's COVID assistance, which has come in several forms. I must share with you that COVID has been discussed at the highest levels between President Solih, Prime Minister Modi, during the video conference which took place on 15th March, and then also a telephone call which was there between the two leaders on April 20th. It all started with evacuating all the 9 Maldivian nationals from Wuhan. In fact, Maldives was the first country whose nationals we evacuated. Then again, Maldives was the first country where we sent a 14-member rapid response medical team, which was here for 10 days in early March, when this COVID pandemic was had just started, it was growing. So that time the medical team was here to provide whatever assistance it could. And soon after that, we had 5.5 ton of COVID-related and other essential medicines gifted by the people of India to the people of Maldives. And then you'll remember that under Operation Sanjeevani on April 2nd, Government of India airlifted about 6.2 tons of essential medicines using Indian Air Force aircraft. And on that occasion, the foreign minister, defense minister, CDF were all there at Vilhena airport to receive that big consignment. We've also been facilitating supply of essential foodstuffs and things like cement from India, especially from duty-free import. There have been a lot of video conferences between doctors from All India Institute of Medical Sciences and the eminent doctors here. There have been actually this gift of food supplies, about 580 metric tons of potatoes, onions, rice, wheat flour, through an Indian Navy ship called KSD on May 12. In fact, also on the economic front, I would say we have been working very closely with the government of Maldives to deal with the liquidity issues. As one can imagine, because of tourism taking a hit, exports taking a hit, a lot of revenue sources for Maldives government have plummeted actually. So government of India has provided 150 million currency swap on April 27 to MMA. And in the days to come, we will provide further assistance as required by Maldives. And as they say, a friend in need is a friend in need.
And over 200 of the confirmed COVID-19 cases in the Maldives are Indian nationals. Are you or the High Commission in touch with these individuals, and what assistance are you providing to them?
First of all, I wish to thank the government of Maldives for taking care and providing full support to the Indians who have tested positive here in this country. My colleagues at the High Commission are in full contact with the Indian positive cases. We have been trying to provide whatever assistance we can, including sending out care packages to mitigate their condition and also to maintain contact between the patients and their families back in India.
And India has conducted 5 evacuation voyages of Indian nationals from the Maldives, as well as multiple flights. Will there be any more repatriation exercises from the island nation?
Well, so far, over 4,000 Indians have been repatriated due to circumstances arising out of COVID-19. This is a massive exercise which has been carried out through 5 voyages of Indian Navy ships and also accompanied by air evacuation. Again, I must say that this would never have been possible without the wholehearted support of the government of Maldives. I fully acknowledge the support and help from, in particular, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Youth Affairs, MACL, Maldives Ports Limited, Maldives Police Service, MNDF, and all other agencies involved in this exercise. Now, I would say that the pace of evacuation has slowed down since Maldivian economy and tourism is opening up. Since tourism, offices, schools, and economic establishments will become fully functional soon, I think it's now time for the repatriated Indians to return, and to resume their role in contributing to the Maldivian economy.
Okay. And India was the fastest growing source market for Maldives tourism in 2019, with over 166,000 visitors. While India is yet to announce a date for restarting international travel, how much will the COVID-19 pandemic impact tourist arrivals from the country, and will India be conducting any programs to promote the island nation among citizens for tourism?
Well, certainly we have plans, and in the spirit of our bilateral relations, we will work in all areas, including in tourism. The growth of Indian tourists to Maldives last year was very heartening. The number almost doubled. While COVID-19 has hit tourist arrivals, I'm sure that Indian tourist arrival will resurge very soon. In this context, we are happy that Government of Maldives has decided to restart flights and tourism from July 15. We are confident that the sun will shine again in Maldivian tourism. While Government of India took a decision yesterday to resume international air travel only after July 31, I'm sure that Maldives will be a preferred destination whenever tourism resumes. We work very closely with the Tourism Minister, Mr. Ali Wahid, with MMPRC and all other tourism organizations, and explore how we can increase tourist arrival from India to the Maldives. We have also decided on a strategy to push tourism from India to Maldives. According to a recent survey of top-notch tourists in India, and this is something which we also tweeted yesterday. So when asked where our top-notch tourists would most wish to travel after the restrictions were lifted, a whooping 38% voted for Maldives. And that's very heartening, So things are looking good. India, inshallah, should reach the top spot in terms of tourist arrivals in Maldives very soon.
And what more can we expect in regards to India-Maldives cooperation?
Both India and Maldives accord high priority to their bilateral relations. President Solih and Prime Minister Modi have met 4 times in the last 1.5 years, including 2 visits by Prime Minister Modi to Maldives. You'll remember the state visit which took place last year in June. India, and it's very, I would say, rare for 2 leaders to meet so frequently. India announced a $1.4 billion economic package in November 2018, under which India has been several socio-economic and infrastructure projects under a $800 million credit line. You will see in the months to come some concrete work on these projects. And these are projects which cover so many areas like ports, water sanitation, roads and reclamation, fisheries, and cancer hospital, cricket stadium. So, it covers a very diverse area. And these projects will not only generate economic activity and employment and assist in post-COVID economic recovery, they will, I think, herald a new era in economic growth in the country. In addition to these big projects, we have done a lot of progress on small projects. Small means relatively small projects which are carried out under Indian grants at a cost of about $500,000 that is about 8 million rupiah. So many of these projects have been completed, like the Oculus project the Oculus Convention Center has already been completed. And in the next few weeks, you'll see that one after the other, these projects will be completed and inaugurated. In fact, next week, this coming week, we will be inaugurating the Hindu ferry service, and then the following week, laying the ground for 61 islands to have open-air gyms, and then drug de-addiction centers, then Rashdu coastal protection, this Wani police training center. Their work is happening under Indian grant. So you'll see every week that all these projects, as soon as they reach completion, they'll be inaugurated. It is because of COVID that work has got delayed by 2-3 months, but we will make up for lost time. I also want to share with you that in the last 1.5 years, 18 agreements and MOUs have been signed, of which implementation of about more, in fact, most of them have already started. New areas of cooperation have been added, which include cooperation in parliamentary work, judiciary, police, customs, civil services, culture, health, to just name a few areas. COVID has slowed down the training and capacity building in the last 3 months, but we hope to restart soon and make up for lost time.
And High Commissioner, is there anything you would like to add before we conclude and let you go?
I would like to wish your viewers well as life slowly returns to normal. It is in the best interest of everyone to stay home, to stay safe and adhere to the HPA guidelines, and while carrying out their regular work, to be safe. I think that's the most important. At the High Commission, we will continue with renewed vigor to further strengthen India-Maldives relations. We urge our Maldivian friends to take full advantage of health facilities and education facilities in India in particular. There are a lot of scholarships which India provides for graduate level, postgraduate level, PhD level, as well as short-term professional courses under the iTech program. All these details are available at our website and also our social media sites, and anybody can write to us to get more details. And in the end, I thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak to your viewers and wish them all the best for a new and brighter phase post-COVID. Thank you very much.
Thank you, High Commissioner. I would also like to thank you once again for joining us this evening.
Thank you very much.
That's all from me and my team. Thank you for the privilege of your time, and please stay safe. Good night.